Today I'm going to be showing you guys the most relatable anime I've ever seen. I'm not even capping, it's not clickbait. Let's get into it.
Mushoku Tensei Season 1 was like... Wow. Oh god, it's so beautiful. Oh god, it's so
I like this season a lot.
Oh god. Bread. And now Season 2 was like, alright, let's see what Rudys is getting up to now.
How's it going? My name is Otis Never Soft Again, and recently I was diagnosed
I knew it.
with erectile dysfunction.
Oh.
No cap.
He
No
ain't
cap.
getting up to anything.
Are you waiting
Wow.
to receive my limpness?
When you've watched anime for a long enough time, you start to think you've seen it all. The same tropes, the same plot developments. It starts to become rare for a series to explore something you haven't seen some iteration before. So color me surprised when Mushoku Tensei returns, coming off the back of introducing one of the most immersive worlds and genre-defining stories in Isekai to go, hey, wanna see what happens when the hero can't get his PP hard?
Doesn't work.
The thing is, he's not lying. He's not lying. I literally was watching this man try to conquer ED, and I was actually in tune with it. I was like, damn, is he ever going to be able to get some pussy? Crazy, bro.
We've had some banger anime this year exploring some pretty unique topics. Oshinoko highlighting the darker sides of the entertainment industry. Hell's
need to see it.
Paradise introducing us to a beautiful but
Loved it.
deadly world. Zom 100 giving us the joyous fantasy every wage slave needs.
Is that a good anime? I've been seeing all types of stuff about it. Is that good? Should I watch Zom 100? Let me know in the comments below right now.
To a beautiful but deadly world. Zom 100 giving us the joyous fantasy every wage slave needs. Mashal, Heavenly Delusion. I'm about to try and convince you all that a guy attempting to get a hard-on for 12 episodes tops all that. But before that,
He's
a word
not
from today's
lying.
sponsor.
12 episodes of this man not being able to get up, bro. I'm not gonna spoil nothing. I'm not gonna. Hopefully he goes over a little bit, but it was literally 12 episodes of Rudys not being able to get a hard on.
2 years ago, Mushoku Tensei introduced us to one of the most immersive worlds I've ever seen in anime. It was
For
a
sure.
beautiful, carefully crafted place rich with lore and history that was full of life. This wasn't just an isekai by name, it gave us a new world you felt you could truly get transported to, complemented with character writing that filled the place up with people that felt as alive as its world did. Seeing
Yes.
Rudys journey
His dad f***ed their maid, had a baby with the maid, and then had a baby with his wife, all in the same house, bruh, while Rudys is alive. And then Rudy is snitched. Well, I don't even know he snitched. He lied on his dad to keep the maid in the house because he liked the maid still. It's some crazy shit, bro. Y'all gotta watch it, bro. Y'all gotta watch it, bro.
writing that filled the place up with people that felt as alive as its world did. Seeing Rudys journey through the world truly felt like you were going on an adventure with him, getting swept up in the places he went to and the people he encountered. So much so that when that part of the journey came to an end, you felt as empty as he did, leaving us off with him learning some harsh lessons as he starts his next phase of life. It was a magical journey, so Season 2 had some big shoes to live up to. What adventures was Rudy gonna go on now? What new places were we gonna visit? What new world-shattering developments were we gonna see?
Let's make his dick not work.
Yes, if you haven't heard, the writer made the brave decision to make Rudy dealing with erectile dysfunction a sizable plot thread to the entire season. And I've actually seen people pretty split about it. So I'm here to argue that this arc not only encapsulates everything that Mushoku Tensei is about, but why memes aside, I still enjoyed the hell out of it. Here I am. I've reached a point in my career where I'm somehow arguing for erectile dysfunction. I think this My Anime List review sums it up pretty well. If you're too busy to read the whole summary, here are 2 points for my review. Bad animation. Bad arc. 7.
Bad animation, bad arc, and still gave it a 7 for the review. For bad animation and bad art, that's still a high, no, that's still a high grade. Okay.
The whole summary, here are 2 points for my review. Bad animation. Bad arc. 7 out of 10.
That's high.
Now, granted, I know going to My Anime List for serious reviews is like asking crypto bros for financial advice, but these are pretty much the sentiments I've seen floating around. So, let's tackle this. First point. Bad animation. Mushoku Tensei Season 1 was an absolute animation masterclass in almost every department. And there was a lot of fears from fans going into the season because some of the key staff members in charge of making it look this good was moving on to other projects. And to be fair, it is a slight downgrade. It isn't polished to the point of being the cinema quality Pierce de Resistance the first season was, but bad? Congratulations, we've downgraded from The Last of Us remake on PlayStation 5
Stop.
to The Last of Us on PlayStation 4. We might have experienced a new season of anime that's felt like it's had a drop in quality before, but if this is bad animation, Seven Deadly Sins fans are on goddamn suicide watch. They aren't already. Considering the production of this took half the time and we didn't have to wait 3 more years in between seasons, I am more than happy if this is going to be the quality going forward, because Mushoku
3 years? 3 years? Is season 2 over? Bro, come on, bro. This is one of my favorite animes now. Like, I know I'll be talking about Sword Art Online, but Mashoko Tensei, whatever you want to call it, might be my favorite isekai now. Ooh, that hurts me to say. Bro. I really like Sword Art Online, y'all. That hurts my body, but I gotta admit when I'm wrong. This anime might be better. Might.
3 more years in between seasons, I am more than happy if this is going to be the quality going forward, because Mushoku Tensei was never just about the amazing animation. Which brings me to the next point. Bad arc.
Today's topic, I'd like to talk about how to fix limp mode.
Alright, this one might take a little longer. Obvious PP memes aside, I think a big turn-off people have had is that there just weren't a lot of major developments. This was a season that really slows things down and takes some time to explore its own characters. There are some new interesting lore drops that set things up for future events, but like Vinland Saga earlier this year, the pacing crawled to a standstill in favor of Rudy living his life as a young adult now and being more flaccid than Oedipus waking up in an orphanage. But while Vinland Saga already proved that you can completely change things up and turn into a slow-paced character drama and people can still come out of it acknowledging that it's a goddamn masterpiece. So, what's the difference? Well, Thorfinn's character arc never led to this.
Oh, okay. He became a peacemaker, right? Martin Luther King Jr.
But I would argue that this slower paced approach to storytelling has always been what sets this show apart from everything else. Mushoku Tensei doesn't have the cool philosophical lines or a main character you want to go off and brag about, but what it does have is a story that feels so innately real it's almost uncanny. Events and time progression play out in a similar pace you'd expect them to in life. Episode by episode, you don't think much happens, but you know how if you see someone every day you don't really notice any change with them? And then one day you look back to a picture of what they looked like 5 years ago and it's like, what?
What the fuck? Gigog, what the fuck? If y'all see some old pictures of me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably hideous.
And one day you look back to a picture of what they looked like 5 years ago and it's like, what? When the f did Rudy become a ripped teenager? Characters react and treat each other like people, real people. Every single person, regardless of if they give you 100 lines or 2, give you a sense that they're on their own personal journey as meaningful as Rudy's is. It's this commitment to realism that makes it such a joy just to be in this world, meaning even the smallest developments or character actions hold far more weight than they usually would. What would need to happen in a man's life to learn how to forgive? What happens when you're so hung up on an ex that even your dick stops listening to you? It's embarrassing, it's awkward, it certainly isn't cool, but that's exactly why it seems so oddly realistic in a way few shows could get away with, because it was so on point for a person like Rudy. Rudys has certainly been a divisive character for anyone watching the show. He's done many things to turn a lot of people off, which very much continues all the way through to the second season. So, if you're one of those...
He kept someone's panties and worshipped them. No exaggeration. He worshipped panties, y'all. That's a real nigga.
A lot of people off, which very much continues all the way through to the second season. So, if you're one of those people that find it morally reprehensible seeing a guy act like this and you can't fully invest yourself when this guy is meant to be the protagonist of the story, understandable. Have a nice day.
He's the GOAT!
He's not gonna change your mind. Rudy is perverted, he's weird, he's downright creepy, but let's be real. Do you really think that a previously shut-in hentai-addicted virgin transported to a fantasy world without the same moral standards and repercussions of our modern world is gonna act any different? Here's what happens when a horny weeb gives in to all their intrusive thoughts. You might not keep anyone like Rudy around you, but you've probably encountered someone that's come a bit too uncomfortably close to walking down his path. Which is why to me, he seems just as real as the characters around him. This is the arc where we get to see him deal with depression from something that has nothing to do with his previous life. So what earth-shattering thing could be affecting him? Bullying? The gruesome death of a loved one? Nope. Girlfriend troubles. Aw, cheer up, mate. There's plenty of fish in the sea. It seems trivial, but...
Hey, what the... That's not how that happens at all.
Bullying? The gruesome death of a loved one? Nope. Girlfriend troubles. Aw, cheer up, mate. There's plenty of fish in the sea. It seems trivial, but that's why I respect the decision to spend a sizable amount of time exploring it. We forget that even though he was an adult in his previous life, just how emotionally immature he is. We often like to dismiss events that happened in our young years as dumb teenage angst that we've grown past, but shit, man. So much of that stuff sticks with you even if you don't remember it. Maybe your parents said some offhand comment that one time, or a teacher shouted at you for something you did, or, you know, a crush said something mean to you in your most vulnerable moment.
Damn, I just realized something. I might need to go to therapy. Like, I might need to go to therapy because there might be some stuff in my past that still traumatizes me to this day. This is a message for all y'all young teens and adults out there, man. Go to therapy, bro. Even if you don't think you need to, you might need to. You never know.
You know, a crush said something mean to you in your most vulnerable moment.
Don't go getting the wrong idea. I only came up here because I felt obligated. You what?
It's moments like these
I never
that can
seen
shape the way
that.
you
I mean,
act going into
I seen that, but I never thought that was important. But maybe it was more important than what I thought it was. He had a lot of troubles with women, but he also had a lot of women that loved him. He just had a lot of problems with women. Isn't that everyday life, huh?
It's moments like these that can shape the way you act going into adulthood, and you probably don't even realize how much you internalized it until it's way too late. And you can see this through every phase of Rudy's struggle with the scars he's carried on from not just his previous life, but the one he has now as well. Guys, in our most loneliest and desperate moments, we'd like to think that we're fucking Ryan Gosling in our mind's eye, sexily brooding by ourselves in a dark corner, but let's be honest, we're probably closer to Rudy in our darkest times. At first, he just keeps to himself and just deals with it, finds other things to distract him, gets called out, doesn't say anything, eventually lashes out, tries to forget his frustrations with the girl, makes things worse, alienates the people around him before erupting in the most toxic and self-destructive way possible.
You're the worst. I never want to see your face again.
That's probably why I relate to him so well. Rudys is just like me for real. Look at it.
This is the type of shit people spend years working through. Can you hasten that development for a fictional story like this? Sure, if you want the instant gratification of seeing someone overcome their internal issues, but like life, there is no easy way to go about this. You can tell me that time has passed, but it's a whole other thing to make me feel the time and effort it takes to get through the smallest bit of your trauma. This is the commitment Mushoku Tensei makes that few series are willing to do. When you see character growth in a story, you normally see this person with some kind of flaw, and through a character arc, they realize this flaw, overcome it, grow as a character, and it never becomes an issue again. That particular character arc has now come to an end, and you know, it's great. It's satisfying. It's by the book good storytelling, but in reality, life isn't always as smooth as fiction is. Your mate doesn't give you a single monologue one day and then instantly all the bad things you suddenly realize you want to change about yourself are immediately fixed. Even if you recognize that you want to change, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes commitment. People try, get better, relapse into bad habits, try again, spiral even further down, climb back up, fall back down again. Years can pass and some people might never find that drive to keep trying again. Life isn't always a straight, linear upshot of a journey, and that's what makes Rudy's story so captivating. It takes the time to show you every aspect of his life journey, not just the parts where he takes a positive step. Some episodes he takes one step forward, some he takes 3 steps back. There'll be a 4-episode stint where he makes no progress and doesn't grow as a human being at all, but it has enough faith in you to stick with it because it wants you to be here for the long game. Mushoku Tensei's newest arc might not have the world-shaking plot developments or the high-intensity action scenes, but it made me realize what made the series truly special and why the source material was so goddamn long. This is someone's life story, and it fully commits to showing you the entirety of it, through every up and down, through the fast years and the slow years, like life itself.